Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 34th meeting of the Mayor and City Council of Laurel, Maryland. The time is now 6 p.m. and I now call our meeting to order. Madam Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Councilman Mills,
Here.
Councilman Cole,
Here.
Councilwoman Johnson,
Here.
Councilman Simmons,
Here.
President Clark,
Here.
Mayor Sidnor.
Here.
You have a quorum, Madam President.
Thank you. Before we proceed with our agenda items, we would like to take a moment of silence in honor and remembrance of Marilyn Johnson, President of the Laurel Board of Trade, who sadly passed away on Saturday. Thank you for taking that moment. I will now also read a message on behalf of all of us at the City of Laurel. To the family, friends, and colleagues of Marilyn Johnson, on behalf of the City of Laurel, we would like to extend our deepest condolences on her passing. This news comes with great sadness to all of us who had the pleasure of knowing and working alongside her. Marilyn was more than just president of the Laurel Board of Trade. She was a tireless advocate for Laurel's business community and a true champion for our city's vitality. Her leadership, her dedication, and her unwavering commitment to supporting local businesses touched countless lives and helped shape Laurel's economic and cultural landscape. As chair of Laurel's Main Street Festival, Marilyn poured her heart into creating one of the city's most cherished traditions. Through her vision and her hard work, the festival grew to be more than just an event. It became a celebration of community spirit and local pride that brought residents, visitors, and businesses together year after year. Marilyn's unexpected passing is an immense loss for Laurel. We will remember her energy, her generosity of spirit, and her love for this city she served so well. Her contributions will continue to resonate in the lives of those she touched and in the thriving Main Street she helped cultivate. We extend our heartfelt sympathy again to her family, her colleagues at the Laurel Board of Trade, and all who called her a friend. May her memory be a blessing, and may we honor her legacy by continuing to lift up and support the community she cared for so deeply. Marilyn, we thank you for your service to our community. With appreciation, honor, and love from the City of Laurel. Now we will continue on through our agenda for item number 3, a report of the Mayor and City Council. And this evening we will begin with Councilwoman Christine Johnson.
Thank you, Madam President. Good evening, everyone. Just wanted to continue with that. I just wanted to express my condolences to Marilyn's family and the Laurel Board of Trade on her passing. Like Ms. Clark mentioned, we got to know each other through numerous Laurel Board of Trade events. But I just wanted to mention specifically, that she was instrumental in the planning of the city's first Women's History program last year. So definitely appreciated her for that. And like you said, her tireless work throughout the city, and she will greatly be missed. Continuing on, I just wanted to thank Old Town for hearing about the cleanup that they have and being invited to the cleanup and celebration afterwards. It's just great to see the community coming together to help clean up, make the city look great. But then not only doing that, but coming together afterwards socially to bond and get to know one another and meet new neighbors and things like that. So I really appreciate being a part of that. It made me realize or think about different ways that I can do things that I can do in my community So again, and every community is a little bit different. You know, everybody's not like Old Town. It's a special community, but it made me want to, you know, do more. So thank you all for that. Not too many more activities the past week. Just wanted to share some upcoming activities. On Wednesday, 6/11, will be joining the Villages of Wellington Homeowners Association meeting. And just a reminder to other communities that if you would like, you know, us or other council members or the mayor to come out to your meeting, I think the police too, like just reach out. We'll be glad to come out and hear from you and spend some time with you. On Thursday, June 12th, we'll have a clergy advisory council meeting. Looking forward to that. On Sunday, June 15th, I'd like to wish all the fathers, grandfathers, and father figures a happy Father's Day. I hope you get a chance to relax. So they don't give you too much work to do. No honey-to-do list at this time, but enjoy your time. Tuesday, June 17th, a reminder for all, we're trying to get a quorum, the CAC for senior residents and persons with disabilities. We're going to try it again. Come out, please meet. It's virtual. It is on a Tuesday this time instead of a Wednesday. So new time, a new date, but please come out so that we can share some information and get to know what the needs of the senior residents and persons with disabilities are. And then lastly, on Saturday, June 21st, looking forward to Juneteenth celebration. I guess we'll probably hear more about that from the committee. And then looking forward to attending the MML conference again this year to continue to grow and learn about municipal government so we can be great elected officials. That concludes my report, Madam President.
Thank you, Councilwoman Johnson. Next, we will have Councilmember Adrian Simmons.
Thank you, Madam President. And last week, I had a chance to be at the bike parade for the city. And I know, first of all, thank you to Parks and Rec for hosting, as well as the Laurel Police Department for co-hosting with them. My kids really look forward to it every year. And my number two is still needs a little help stabilizing on his bike, but he was able to do, especially on the straightaway they do along Montgomery Street there. And I think it really did help build his confidence. And I saw so many other kids as well there, sort of, building out their confidence with the community, having a good time, having some ice cream. So thank you again for the different departments that putting that on and for everybody who's coming out. And if residents out there with elementary school age kids, definitely mark down for next year. It's always a blast, and come on out. While there, a couple residents sort of came up to ask some questions, sort of as Councilwoman Johnson said, please, if you see us out and about, don't hesitate to come up, say hi, introduce yourself, say, hey, I have a question about this, or I was wondering about that, or can you help plug me into a resource about this? Because that's really what we're here to do. So please, as you see us at these different events, come on up. We're always happy to say hi. I did want to thank President Clark for that sort of fitting and eloquent tribute to Marilyn Johnson. I was actually in contact with her even the end of last week, a question on a Laurel Board of Trade event. So it was very sad to hear of her passing and to sort of mourn with the community for her passing. So prayers for her family and friends, and definitely we'll keep her in our prayers. Couple factoid to sort of share with folks. The BGE reached out to the city. Thank you, Mayor, for forwarding on some of that contact BGE provided about new rates that came into effect June 1. So residents, as they start to get their BGE bills this month, may notice something like, a $20, $30, $40 increase. And that's as a result of a couple different things. There's a lot going on in sort of the energy environment for Maryland right now. Two things I wanted to share. One, in the state legislative session earlier this year, one of the laws passed was to provide an $80 refund. We're going to see that probably June, July for $40 of it, and then the other $40 in the winter months. So sort of keep your eye open for that. But also there's a number of resources folks can tap into. I've actually put a couple links on my site, adrianforlaurel.org, to where people can find assistance if they need assistance, or they need to spread out some of those bills or try to do a later due date. So there's a variety of things that are there. There's even an assistance finder where you can put in your situation or help connect you to the program that can help you. So a heads up for people to look for that, and also to know that there are potential helps available to you. I want to encourage folks to continue to come out for the farmers market each Thursday, so from 3 to 7 here on Main Street. You coming out is what enables those vendors to continue to coming each week, and it's really been a great great thing to observe, with the music playing and some games. I know that the team out there has some different games and such. So don't forget that that's there. Get some fresh fruits and vegetables, honey, oils, meat, all types of baked goods. I guarantee you'll walk away with something you're going to love. So please come on out for that. And unlike Councilwoman Johnson, looking forward to the Maryland Municipal League the end of this month. And I've actually signed up for the Snow Hill Historic Tour and sort of the revitalization that they accomplished there in the town of Snow Hill and seeing what we can bring back here to Laurel. So with that, return to you. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Councilmember Simmons. Next, we have Councilmember James Cole.
Thank you, Madam President. Good evening, everyone. First, I wanted to thank the Laurel Police Department for inviting the council and the mayor to their awards ceremony. Congratulations to all the officers for the many awards that they received for service last year. The stories that they tell are incredible. The things that our residents should be hearing are all the incredible work that they do out there to keep us safe. They're really unsung heroes. On Sunday, June 1st, I want to thank everyone that attended the Oliver's Old Town Tavern Laurel Pride fundraiser. The Pride Day Planning Committee was able to meet their fundraising goal for that event. We need to raise funds each year to put on the event, so we appreciate all of the community support. Again, as Mr. Simmons said, on June 4th, I attended the Parks and Recreation and Laurel Police Department bike parade, handing out the candy, getting to see all the, not candy, the frozen yogurt, just all the kids that were in line for that, and surprising number really like cake batter. Coming up, we have Laurel Pride Day Planning Committee is meeting this Thursday virtually at 6 p.m. They will officially be adopting their budget for the next Pride Festival. Email the clerk for a link on that if you would like to join the committee. Coming up on Friday, June 20th, there is a Parks and Recreation concert in Goody Park. It's going to be a busy weekend for Goody Park that weekend, starting with Hi-Fi Soul Band at 7 p.m. And then the following Friday, June 27th, is Parks and Recreation's 60th anniversary celebration at Granville Goody Park. So make sure to come out. They have a lot of events planned between now and then. Check out the Parks and Recreation social media page. They have a calendar of their different pop-up events. They also have a game that they introduced at the bike parade. There's a different card that you can get stamped and enter in for a drawing for prizes. With that, that concludes my report, Madam President.
Thank you, Councilmember Cole. Next, we have Councilmember Jeffrey Mills.
Good evening. Thank you, Madam President. Good evening, everyone. I'm just going to go down the list and this list begins May 22nd. Madam President and everyone, I was at the town hall at the Partnership Hall. That was for the mayor's town hall and mayor and city council town hall. And that same day was at the farmer's market. May 29th, farmer's market again. And I was at Dwight D. Eisenhower Middle School for Career Day. And June 3rd, I was at Laurel Elementary School for their Career Day. June 4th, after our meeting, I caught the bike parade. I even pulled out my scooter and was riding. And some of them kids wanted to race me too. I don't know why they wanted to race me, but I'll tell you. But we had a great time. Now, see, Adrian Simmons left out something, though, very important. Yeah, Adrian Simmons, Councilman Simmons, you left out something very important. I helped teach his son how to ride that bicycle. He did great, rolled all the way down the street, kept his chin up and kept focused, and he was riding all by himself.
Thank you for your encouragement, Councilman. It was a help.
Thank you, sir. We had a ball that day. That was so fun. And the ice cream was good too. The June 5th celebration of the Eric's Law bill passing event. That was a nice event. That was in Silver Spring, and we're very happy and pleased that passed. Now our next goal to help and fight to take it nationwide. So I hope, and God willing, that can happen. June 7th, I was at the Laurel High School Community Day. It was hot, but it was great. I was out there tent hopping. Every tent had shade, and that's how you had to maneuver through that day. No problem. Did some shopping too, President Clark. And June 8th, I was at the Jolene Ivy's volunteer party. That was some good eating and conversating. June 9th, on June 9th was the today. Today we had at the City of Laurel Job Fair. At the City of Laurel Job Fair, I'm holding a list right here of over 168 people came through, job seekers came through. So can't no one say that the City of Laurel is not doing our part. And so we had a great time there. And coming up, the next event is June 14th. Fathers, I'm looking for you. Breakfast is on me. We're looking for 100 fathers for the 100 Father's Day breakfast. And that starts 10 a.m. at the Craig A. Moe Laurel Multi-Service Center, 10 a.m. to 12 noon. It's going to be a great event. And I may have a special guest from Congressman Glenn Ivey. So I'm crossing my fingers for that one. But either way, I got the mayor coming, and he's going to give a little motivation speech too. So I'll take that. June 11th, I'm going to be at the Ellen Ochoa Middle School Career Day. Now, this school is in Landover Hills, and for some odd reason, the kids like when I come to this school. So I've been getting requests. So I've been teaching them all about how the like the council, our duties and jobs as being legislators, they're learning. And they're also learning about being the mayor too. So I'm letting you know, Mayor. All right. Now, and the last thing, Madam President, is on that same day, on June 11th, I should be attending the Village of Wellington annual meeting. So that concludes my report. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Council Member Mills. All right, for my report this evening, as my colleagues have all mentioned, and we spoke about opening our meeting this evening, today feels different. This weekend, Laurel lost a light, and I am really speechless and saddened about the loss of Laurel's #1 champion for small businesses. I will miss the moments at Oliver's for fundraisers and working together on small business needs. And again, thank you, Marilyn, for all that you have done for the City of Laurel. In addition, as Councilmember Cole said, congratulations to all of our dedicated Laurel Police Department members. During the recent award ceremony on Thursday, May 29th, it was an absolute pleasure spending time with you all, having food and just talking and understanding about your day-to-day activities. Your commitment to our community really means so much. So while we may not always see everything that you do to keep us safe, whether it's big or whether it's small, please know that we truly appreciate every effort you make on our behalf and for the city. In addition, thank you to Mayor Sidnor and the administration staff for meeting with me on Friday, May 30th, to discuss how we can better support our young people while addressing the troubling increased crime in our community. As someone who deeply cares about our youth and their futures, I recognize that many of these young people are facing challenges that lead them down difficult paths. While Maryland's juvenile justice reforms limit our immediate options, I believe that we must find compassionate solutions that help rather than harm these children. In the interim, as we work with our county and assembly members to address these unique challenges facing our community, I have requested a 3-month and 6-month report from the police department and administration. This report will track crimes in our city and, importantly, begin documenting juvenile involvement, data that is currently missing due to existing laws and regulations. My hope is that by understanding the scope of youth involvement in these activities, we can work together to develop approaches that truly serve our children's best interests, rather than punitive measures that could derail young lives. We need solutions that balance constitutional protections with meaningful youth development opportunities and genuine community engagement. Every child deserves a chance to turn their life around. And I believe that with the right support, with the right resources and community investment, we can help our young people choose a different path, with one that leads to hope, opportunity, and a brighter future for our entire community. In addition to that, on Thursday, June 5th, I was also invited to join fellow elected officials from around Maryland with Eric and his mother, Linda Carpenter Grantham, for a celebration of Eric's ID law passing and being signed by Governor Moore. Eric's ID law is a Maryland law that would require the Motor Vehicle Administration to put a butterfly logo above the words hidden disability on driver's license, identification cards, and even moped licenses for people with non-apparent disabilities. They, as Councilmember Mills said, they do plan to go state to state. I believe Philadelphia is next, and possibly New York after that, to try and get this law implemented into each state. Also, kudos to Councilmember Mills for a successful job fair this morning. It was wonderful seeing the excitement, not only in the vendors' faces, but also in the attendees. I'm going to keep my report brief this evening, so that now concludes my report. Mayor Sidnor, you now have the floor.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Madam President. Also, I want to pay my condolences to Marilyn Johnson, the city at Laurel, the city flag half mast in honor of Mrs. Johnson. May the 30th, I attended St. Mills 8th grade promotion ceremony. I was a guest speaker for them, young folks going to high school. So in July 3rd, attended Career Day Elementary School. Also want to touch on June 4th. WSC bi-county meeting, Montgomery County and Prince George County invited all the elected officials to come out there to see what's going on and know about. The biggest thing I take away from that was the water bill. If you have an increase in your water bill or you have struggling paying your water bill, please reach out to WSC customer service. They have all kinds of programs that you can have before they cut your water off. They're the last resort to cut your water off. And also, if you're a homeowner and somehow you get a damaged pipe or something that costs you a lot of money, WSC has a federal credit union that you can take out a loan to also repair the damage to your home as well. So please reach out to WSC customer services for any type of loan you need, any type of high water bill that you cannot pay. That's very important. June the 5th, special thanks to the Laurel Police Department again for their annual torch run, raising money for the Maryland Special Olympics. I always participate in that much. Announcements, June the 19th, we have office going to be closed for the federal holiday. We also raising the flag, the Juneteenth flag at 12 p.m. here at City Hall. Once you raise the flag up, my 15-20 minute ceremony, we're going to head over to Mrs. Toya restaurant for luncheon. Mr. Toya restaurant have a special menu for those participants who come over there on June 10th to celebrate Juneteenth. June 21st, of course, the Juneteenth celebration day at Granville Goody Park. So please come out there from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. And as already mentioned before, the Park Recreation Day on June 27th. Independence Day, of course, we close on July the 4th, offices are closed. And we also celebrate our Independence Day on July the 5th at Granville Goody Park and Parade and things of that nature. So stay tuned for that. Proclamations we have for this month, Madam President, June 19th, of course, Juneteenth recognition, Hometown Hero Recognition Day, that'll be June 22nd. Director Bailey is putting up the hometown banners. The proclamation is there. Will be posted and on city Facebook page and Instagram pages as well. June 27th is National HIV Testing Day. We have a proclamation for that as well. And of course, in July, we have Park Recreation Month. And one appointment, Madam President, and I'll be done.
Yes, please proceed.
Appoint to the Arts Council of Gabriella Alonso. Ask for confirmation for the council appointing Ms. Alonso to the Arts Council Commission.
Thank you, Mayor Sidnor. Pardon me. For the mayoral appointment that the mayor has, again, it's Gabriella Alonso for the Arts Council with a term start. Can you hear me? Oh, I'm sorry.
Alfonso. I thought it was, I think.
Oh, was it Alfonso?
I don't know. I thought, anyway, yeah.
Okay.
Double check, yeah.
For June 9th, 2025 through June 9th, 2028. Do I have a motion from the council to approve the two appointments mentioned? I'm sorry, one appointment. My apologies.
Well,
Madam,
Madam
Go ahead.
President, can we, before we make a vote, can we just make sure that we have a correct name?
Yeah, it's Alonso.
Alonso?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll motion to appoint Gabriella Alonso to the Arts Council.
Thank you. I have a motion from Councilmember Jeffrey Mills. Do I have a second?
seconded.
Thank you. I have a second from Councilmember Adrian Simmons. Madam Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Councilman Mills,
Yes.
Councilman Simmons,
Yes.
Councilman Cole,
Yes.
Councilwoman Johnson,
Yes.
President Clark.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. For agenda item number, and congratulations as well to Gabriella Alonso. Next on our agenda item number 5, we have the general public hearing. This is the time that we get to hear from you, our community. Your voice matters and we value your input. We encourage you to share your thoughts, your concerns, and ideas with us, as they are essential to shaping our work and our city's future. Madam Clerk, is there anyone signed up to speak today?
No, Madam President, we don't have anyone signed up.
Thank you. With no one signed up to speak, I will open the general public hearing portion at 6:26 p.m. and close it at 6:26 p.m. Next on our agenda, we have for a second public hearing with possible action on ordinance number 2038, an ordinance of the mayor and city council of Laurel, Maryland, to amend chapter 6, article 1, section 6.1, purpose, section 6-2, applicability, section 6-3, definitions, article 2, section 6-4, the Board of Election Supervisors and election judges, appointments, section 6-5, powers and duties of the Board of Election Supervisors, section 6-6, compensation and oath of Board of Election Supervisors, article 3, voters, section 6-7, voters lists, article 4, candidates for public office, section 6-9, nominations and certificates of candidacy, section 6-10, qualifications for candidates for public office, section 6-11, acceptance of nominations for public office, section 6-12, candidates to comply with laws and regulations, section 6-13, election of public officials to be nonpartisan, article 5, conduct of elections, section 6-14, establishment of ward election districts, section 6-15, election day, section 6-16, electioneering activities, section 6-17, conduct at polling places, section 6-18, challengers and watchers, section 6-19, campaign materials, section 6-20, canvass of election, section 6-21, returns, section 6-22, certification of results, section 6-23, recounts, article 6, Fair Campaign Finance Act, section 6-24, distribution of summary of election laws, section 6-25, appointment of campaign treasurer, candidate joining ticket or slate, section 6-26, contributions and expenditures of pass-through treasurer, section 6-27, books, records, and receipts of treasurer, section 6-28, contributions of candidate, section 6-29, limits of contributions, section 6-30, expenditures by treasurer, section 6-31, election reports to be filed by treasurer, section 6-32, requirements for filing of reports by successful candidate, section 6-33, maintenance of reports, article 5, violations of election laws and applicable penalties, section 6-34, prohibited conduct, section 6-35, penalties for certain prohibited conduct, and providing an effective date. This evening to start, we have Madam Clerk, Sara Green, to go into detail about some changes that may have taken place. And we also have Mr. Bruce Marcus on the line as well. Please proceed.
Thank you, Madam President. So since the last meeting that this ordinance was presented at, during that last meeting, President Clerk requested a definition be added to the ordinance for non-partisan elections. So that's been added. It's on page 5 of the ordinance, which is page 8 of the packet in green. And then there was some discussion at the last meeting as well regarding the candidate application period and the length of time that it would be open. And there's a new proposal also in here on page 9, which is page 12 of the packet, that beginning with the 2027 election and all subsequent elections, the candidate application period shall be no less than 45 days. Because of the delays that we're and where we're at right now with the calendar, we won't be able to meet that 45 days for this election, for the council election, but in 2027, we'll be able to plan ahead and enough time for that. And that's all I have, Madam President, unless there's questions from the council members.
Thank you. Are there any additional questions or comments from the council? I see Councilmember Mills, please proceed.
So yes, with making that statement just now, is that going to warrant like a issue from candidates? Pertaining to there's a written time frame that's supposed to be that's in black and white that they will read and see, but it's going to be a shorter time frame. Should it be maybe something? I don't know if this can be done, like to add in, because of this. I don't know how would we do that.
Well, that's not appropriate for an ordinance.
Right. That's what I had done.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
and there is really no, even in the ordinance as it exists now, there's no set period of candidate packet time. It just says no later than, and it was in September. So we're actually adding that in now.
Okay, so is it going to be? Can we get 45 days from somewhere else, or like adding
This
time?
year?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. So what's the time frame right now?
The time frame right now would be July 7th, and packets will be due July 25th. So it's a little bit shy of 30 days.
Okay. Okay. We'll see it. All righty. We'll see how it goes.
And I believe, just to clarify, I believe Madam Clerk mentioned, but the goal is in the update that in starting 2027, in the next election, that we will have it adhere to the no less than 45 days. But because we're working on these rules right now and it's taking a little bit longer than initially anticipated, that's what cuts down the time for this election term. So I wanted to make sure that was clarified as well.
So is that writing, or should that writing be, up to, should that be in there then, being said up to 45 days?
Are you able, Ms. Green, to reconfirm what the update says for Councilmember Mills, please?
Yeah, it says beginning with the 2027 election and all subsequent elections, the candidate application period shall be no less than 45 days. So that means the packets will be available for 45 days, starting in 2027.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that part had because I think that was something new that Madam President wanted to add in, right?
Councilman Simmons.
Oh,
yeah,
so, right.
Simmons.
Yeah, that was Simmons. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, all right. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Councilmember Simmons, I see your hand is up. Please proceed.
Yes, thank you. And to help clarify further. First of all, thank you for the clerk for entertaining the suggested edit. And I believe in the process, we were able to enhance the transparency of the electoral process by one of the key parts of it. It was like, when can candidates apply? So, one of my goals, I think I shared in last meeting, was to say that there's something clear and simple and clean that people could understand and follow, and something that seemed fair to folks to sort of be able to, enough time for people to learn, submit an application, have it considered, but also not such a time that would place undue burden on the administration and paperwork that needed to be done. So in the end, I think we came to a very reasonable middle ground, and that's more open, transparent, clean, simple, fair, equitable, and in my opinion, better for our city in the long term. So hopefully that's helpful.
Thank you, Councilmember Simmons, and thank you to you and Madam Clerk for taking the time to work through that to try to find that middle ground. I appreciate it, and I think, as you said, it is going to be a better opportunity for our residents to have the ability to join the process if they so choose. Are there any additional comments or questions from the council? I don't see any. Just to ensure, Mr. Bruce Marcus, do you have any input as well that you would like to share? We definitely don't want to skip over you, and thank you for your hard work on this as well.
Thank you, Madam President. The changes reflect the continuing discussion that has gone on. I think we have spent a significant amount of time going through all of the issues and having everyone weigh in on those items that there were questions about. The product before you is the result of a lot of time and a lot of effort expended by your group as well as the board, and we don't really have anything more to add to it.
Thank you, Mr. Marcus. We appreciate it. I don't see any additional questions or comments from the council, so I will open the public hearing portion on this item at 6:37 p.m. To confirm, Madam Clerk, is there anyone signed up to speak on this agenda item?
No, Madam President.
Thank you. Seeing that there are no speakers, I will close the public hearing portion on this agenda item at 6:37 p.m. And yes, this is the second public hearing. Just wanted to double check. If it is the council's desire to pass the resolution tonight, I will now entertain a motion and a second.
Madam President, I motion to approve ordinance number 2038.
Thank you, Councilmember Mills. As a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second from Councilwoman Christine Johnson. Madam Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Councilman Mills,
Yes.
Councilwoman Johnson,
Yes.
Councilman Cole,
Yes.
Councilman Simmons,
Yes.
President Clark,
Yes.
Mayor Sidnor.
I concur.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Again, thank you to Madam Clerk, to our election board, as well as Mr. Marcus and his team for your work on this. It took quite a bit of time, but it is a necessary step and very important. So thank you again. Moving to agenda item number 7, we have the introduction and first public hearing on resolution number 6-2025, a resolution of the mayor and city council of Laurel, Maryland, adopting the 2025 City of Laurel Sustainability Plan. We do have Ms. Michelle Blair on the line. You appeared magically. We have Ms. Michelle Blair on the line to provide further insight for us and details. You now have the floor.
Thank you, Madam President. Tonight, I'm presenting a resolution for the Mayor and Council's consideration that will adopt the 2025 City of Laurel's first sustainability plan. The plan is a roadmap for creating and supporting a sustainable community. The resolution is modified at the request of the council, includes the city's vision of sustainability, which is meeting the environmental, social, and economic needs of the present generation without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their needs. The resolution also highlights how the plan will guide the city towards a more sustainable future that focuses on the 4 pillars of people, planet, prosperity, and peace and partnership, while embracing social equity, fairness, and the health and wellness of our residents, businesses, and environment. A copy of the full plan can be found on the city's Green Living website. I respectfully ask that the council and mayor adopt this resolution so that we may continue our role as leaders in the area of sustainability. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Blair. We appreciate it. Just to provide clarification, we have changed or adjusted one item to continue this resolution as normally planned, giving it the ability to have a second public hearing as well. So knowing that, are there any additional questions or comments from the council that you would like to make on this resolution? I don't see anyone. All right. With no questions or comments from the council in regards to this resolution, I will now open the public hearing portion on this item at 6:41 p.m. Madam Clerk, can you please confirm if anyone is signed up to speak on this agenda item?
And we don't have anyone signed up, Madam President.
Thank you for confirming. With no speakers signed up for the public hearing portion on this agenda item, I will close the public hearing portion at 6:41 p.m. With the council's blessing, we will move this item to our July 14th meeting as a second public hearing with possible action. All right, moving to agenda item. Thank you, Ms. Michelle Blair, for your time. We appreciate it. Moving to agenda item number 8, we have a bid recommendation for Van Dusen Road Improvement Project, Phase 3 Engineering Services, Department of Public Works. We have Acting Director Tommy Helms. You now have the floor.
Thank you. Good evening, Mayor Sidnor, Council President Clerk, and Laurel City Council members. The Department of Public Works is seeking approval to obtain engineering services for the design to resurface the roadway that is currently aging on Van Dusen Road from 198 to Old Sandy Spring Road. This service includes ADA compliant pedestrian ramps, stormwater management, sediment control, widening of islands, and traffic signal reconstruction. The Department of Public Works requested a pricing proposal from 3 of the city's on-call consulting firms for this project. The engineering bidding results the city received are as follows. EBA Engineering, $68,422. KCI Technologies, $105,055. Century Engineering, $140,534. It is recommended that the project be awarded to EBA Engineering based on their submitted proposal in the amount of $68,422. Funding is available through the adopted FY25 Capital Improvement Program, Van Dusen Road Improvements. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Helms. Are there any additional questions or comments from the council in regards to this bid recommendation? Okay. Well, seeing that there are no questions and no comments from the council, I will now entertain a motion for this bid recommendation.
Madam President, I move that we award Phase 3 engineering to EBA Engineering for $68,422.
I'll second.
Thank you, Councilmember Cole. I have a motion from Councilmember Cole and a second from Councilmember Mills. Madam Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Councilman Cole,
Yes.
Councilman Mills,
Yes.
Councilwoman Johnson,
Yes.
Councilman Simmons,
Yes.
President Clark.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. And thank you, Director Helms, for that explanation and for your work on this. Next on the agenda, we have for number 9, a bid recommendation, LA 25-009, Stanley Place Road Improvement Project. Acting Director Tommy Helms, you now have the floor.
Thank you, President Clark. The Department of Public Works is requesting approval for awarding the contract for Stanley Place Road Improvement Project, LA 25-009. This project encompasses essential infrastructure enhancements along the entirety of Stanley Place, for pavement rehabilitation and the removal of concrete components. The specific scope of work includes the removal of existing flush concrete sidewalks and curbs to facilitate the construction of new raised curb and gutter system, as well as sidewalks, thereby improving stormwater management throughout the street. Additionally, the project involves resurfacing the roadway with new bituminous asphalt and installing new thermoplastic stop bars and crosswalks at each end of the street to enhance pedestrian safety. The Department of Public Works has solicited public bids for this project, resulting in the receipt of 11 submissions. A formal bid opening was conducted on April 29th, 2025 at the Laurel Municipal Center. The submitted bids ranked from lowest to highest are as follows. Calvert Ready Mix and Concrete Supplies, LLC, $63,291.68. Stanley Concrete, LLC, $71,600. VMP Construction Company, Inc., $86,710. SFMS, LLC, $101,407. Alcoa Concrete and Masonry, Inc., $106,088.58. Espina Paving, Inc., $114,069.04. ENR Services, Inc., $117,639.90. Blue Ridge, Inc., $174,872.75. Francis O'Day Company, Inc., $177,686.50. FLB Contractors, Inc., $225,623.50. CNN Associates, LLC, $347,594. The apparent low bidder is not a minority business, but the difference in pricing from the second lowest bidder is more than 3%. Funding for this project is available through the adopted FY25 Capital Improvement Program, Stanley Place Improvements. It is recommended that the contract for this project be awarded to Calvert Ready Mix and Concrete Supplies, LLC from Lusby, Maryland, for their bid of $63,291.68, with the contingency of an additional $6,708.32 for a total of $70,000. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Helms. Are there any questions or comments from the council? If there are no questions or comments from the council, I will now entertain a motion for this bid recommendation.
Madam President, I move that we award the bid to Calvert Ready for the amount of the $63,291.68 and the contingency totaling up to $70,000.
Thank you, Councilmember Simmons. We have a motion from Councilmember Simmons. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
And who's going to win that one? No.
Ms. Johnson can have it.
Okay, we have a second from Councilwoman Johnson. Madam Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Councilman Simmons,
Yes.
Councilwoman Johnson,
Yes.
Councilman Mills,
Yes.
Councilman Cole,
Yes.
and President Clark.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. And thank you, Director Helms. We appreciate your time. Next on our agenda, for our agenda item number 10, we have a bid recommendation to purchase ammunition, and we have the Laurel Police Department, Chief Russell Hamill. You now have the floor.
Well, good evening. Thank you, Council President Clark, Mayor Sidner, and our other council members. First, I want to start with thanking you all for the kind words directed at our department this evening. We appreciate it. So the department is respectfully requesting permission to purchase ammunition for fiscal year 2026 to be used in accordance with the training standards of the Maryland Police and Correctional Training Commission, as well as our own department. We will be writing the Maryland State contract for this purchase through the gun shop. Funding for this purchase is included in the adopted FY 2026 operating budget in account number 301-52571. Entitled Ammunition Purchases, with a line item total of $55,000. It is respectfully recommended that the Mayor and City Council approve the purchase of the ammunition in the amount of $55,000 through that Maryland State contract pricing with the gun shop. Should you have any questions, Mark and I are here, and thank you all for your kind consideration.
Thank you, Chief Hamill. Are there any questions or comments from the council in regards to this bid recommendation for the purchase of ammunition. If there are no questions or comments from the council, I will now entertain a motion for this bid recommendation.
I wanted to make a statement real quick that a constituent actually said, dealing with the young lady at Main Street, and this is definitely kudos to the Laurel Police Department chief. That constituent said, "Thank God that the Laurel Police Department did not shoot that young lady. Possibly had all the right to, and we couldn't say nothing. But that was professionalism done at its best, and that's all. That's many times, many people have told me that, and that's in state and out of state. So I just wanted to just relay that message."
Thank you, Councilmember Mills. I'll relay that specifically to that young sergeant as well. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for your comment, Councilmember Mills. Do I have a motion to for this bid recommendation?
Yeah, I motion to approve for the bid.
I have a motion from Councilmember Jeffrey Mills. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
I have a second from Councilmember James Cole. Madam Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Councilman Mills,
Yes.
Councilman Cole,
Yes.
Councilwoman Johnson,
Yes.
Councilman Simmons,
Yes.
President Clark.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. You
And
scared me there for a moment. Thank you.
thank you, Chief Hamill and Deputy as well. We appreciate your time for being here this evening. Well, that now concludes our agenda for item number 11. We will be adjourning our meeting. So thank you everyone for your time tonight. We hope to see you at our next city event and at our next regular meetings. Please be reminded that we will be away at a conference, finding out more information for you and for our city's behalf. So with no further business to come before the mayor and the city council, this meeting is now adjourned at 6:52 p.m. Have a wonderful evening, everyone.